Hi everyone, I'm Cristiano. Welcome back to my channel. And this time, this is the part two of the BetterEnd project. I made a few changes in the project. As you can see, there's no more logging with Google. I removed that because actually the front end right now is not connected to the back end. So you can see all the results here in the website. Oh, it's online. You can click in the link down below in the description area and you can see the website, you can see the results, you can download the file for the database. Right now in this video, I'm going to explain to you all the page that I did and the results that I got. And probably in the next video, I'm going to explain the code and stuff like that. Right now, I want to, show you the website. So yeah, this is the home page. I didn't have one before. Now I do have. This is the landing page, the home page. So as you can see, you are going to see the results for the the performance comparison between SQL and NoSQL. So this is the data insertion post, get, update, delete, and if you want to, download the code, just click in these two buttons, the front end code. If you click, you're going to be redirected to the code for inside my GitHub, and this is the backend code. So you can download it. I left here the scripts for generate the database for PostgreSQL and MongoDB. So there's the schema, everything is here. You can download it. You can try by yourself. So here we go. Let's jump into the conclusions that I took. And I have to say, it took me several hours, like trials and errors, to get the results, to understand the functions, the main difference between them. And well, so okay, let's go. So let's go to the data submission page, the post page. We are going to see the difference between SQL and NoSQL while we are uploading some file to the database. And this is the file you can download and try it out. So let me open it for you. And this is the file. Imagine if you have a supermarket and you have like you only use spreadsheets, and for each row, you have like the customer address, the product information, and the price, and the order's ID. So for this ID, I have like three products for this ID. As you can see, I have the cake, beefsteak, apple, and I have like the product ID for each product. And for each category, we have like the ID. So there we go. We have like a spreadsheet that is very common and very like realistic. So how I did that? Actually, I have this is my backend, and inside my backend I have like a Python, and with this file, with this code, I generate the spreadsheet. So I'm using Faker, as I told you, to generate like fake data. And the number of records, actually the number of orders is going to be 4,000, but you can change if you want like 10,000, and you want to stress the database, something like that. You can change it and test for yourself. You can test on your own. And we have the products. If you want to increase, like I want to add some new products over here or change the names, you can do it. And we have the product, the category, and the price. And here we're going to generate unique IDs for products and categories. And of course, for each product, you have a category. And for each category, you have like two products actually. And only dairy does. I know dairy has two also. Only meat has chicken breasts. So so you're going to do a loop with that information, and inside that loop, we're going to do another loop because first of all, you have to do a loop for each ID, order ID, and for each order ID, we are going to do a loop for products. So I'm going to have like three or four or five. Actually, I use like a random number. It's right over here. So number of products within for actually for each order ID, and we have the columns. Actually, using these columns is going to provide us the context for the business that we are seeing, the database. And with that, we can create like tables, collections. I mean, let me do a demonstration. As you can see, you have like the customer ID, customer name, email, phone number, address, city. This all of these are from the customer. So it's easier for us to create a collection or a table and to store this information. Like most of the business, I mean, everybody does that. So we have a table that's only for customer. Is going to be named like customer table, and we're going to do the same for like product category. So we have like category name, category ID, the quantity, and the order status, payment method. We are going to like this is a very realistic spreadsheet. So with with this, you know, code, with this script, we can create the spreadsheet for us. And doing that, we can actually try to, we are going to create the schema. Let me show you the schema first, of course. So it's going to be inside Prisma MongoDB. This is the for, NoSQL, and at the right, this is the for PostgreSQL. I mean, this is the SQL, and there's no SQL over here. As you can see, it's the same thing. So model customer is going to have the same, columns, the same structure. I have the product over here, and order. I mean, it's the same. It's the same. You can download the code, and if you have like, oh, you shouldn't do like this, do like that, just comment and tell me why I should change it, and I will change it. And this is an open project just for us to see the difference between them. So, I mean, actually, the difference between PostgreSQL and MongoDB, if you have like another type of structure, database, you're going to change a few things actually. We are going to need to change a few things. So how much time does it take? For the SQL, it's going to take like 3.5 seconds, and for MongoDB NoSQL, around 2 seconds. It's like a almost half of the time, right? So it's very faster using MongoDB to create the database because MongoDB is faster. It's creating the database because it has like a flexible schema, and which allows like creating data, to handle data, and it doesn't have the same structure as like PostgreSQL that has like predefined tables and relationships, stuff like that. So it becomes a lot heavier for SQL to create the database and to upload the, you know, the information. So actually right here I'm just doing like a overview, and it's going to show the average speed. Actually, you can get different results, of course, that depends on your machine. If you have a faster machine than mine, it's going to be quicker, but it's going to be like probably I think it's going to be like the same difference between times, between SQL and NoSQL. So this is the post page for creating your backend. So you have the file, you have inside the backend code, you have the Prisma schema, and of course the Python file that can create the file for us to to create the database. I mean, I'm being reducting maybe sometimes, but I'm sorry about that. So, okay, this is the post page. Let's go to the get page now. Let's say I want to retrieve some data. So, how much time is it going to take for me to get the data between SQL and NoSQL? Let's see. So this is the and get page. I don't know how to say it, but this is the page that we were going to test the results for retrieving some information. So you can download the file. This is the result, the JSON result that we are going to get from each database. As you can see, let me try it out. SQL is way faster to retrieve the data. And why is that? I mean, MongoDB is way faster for us to write the data. I mean, SQL has like indexes, I mean, foreign keys table that have relation with another table. And for me to get this result, that is going to like I'm going to get the information from the customer, and I'm going to get each item for this order ID. I have to look inside each collections and to store the information for the NoSQL. For the SQL regular, and I have a foreign key, so it's quicker, way quicker for me to, to get the results. I have like a index column and a foreign key, and for that I can get the data like very fast. So that's why it's way faster for Postgre. So let me read out loud for you guys. I mean, it's easier like this. PostgreSQL is generally faster for relation queries due to its optimized query planner and executor machine. MongoDB, being a NoSQL database, of course, excels in scenarios involving large volumes of unstructured data. So uh, right now, if I didn't have like items and customer and only get from like one single collection is going to be way faster. But since I'm, separating the information, and then when I want to get everything again, I have to, it's going to take longer than SQL. Usually, people do like everything right here in just one collection. Then, if I do like that, it's going to be faster than Postgres because there's just one collection. But since I'm like retrieving data from different collections and they have no relations between them, it's going to take longer. I think it's well explained, right? I don't know. I'm sorry about that. I'm getting used to the explanation. I mean, in English it's way difficult than in Portuguese. If you were talking Portuguese with me, I would be way faster. So that's it. You can read out loud right here. And let me read it out for you guys. For PostgreSQL, the queries use efficient SQL joins and indexing to quick filter and retrieve the data, as I told you guys. So it's faster. For MongoDB, the query involves use the aggregation framework, which includes stage like lookup for join collections because I have different collections, and unwind for disconstructing arrays. So it's going to result in longer processing time. So this is the get, and I think it's well explained. I think I don't know, maybe not, but in the next video, I'm going to take like step by step. I'm going to do the code with you guys. In this video, this is an overview. This is the updated data. Actually, things might change afterwards because I can change my mind doing something like, I want to do like another page over here that shows different, I don't know, schemas and stuff like that. Maybe later. So this is the update page. So let me explain to you why we are going to do it. We are going to update information. For us to update information is almost quite the same time. NoSQL is going to take a longer because I have like different collections, so I have to go there and afterwards go there. For the SQL, I'm going to use just one table, so it's quicker. And I left the functions right here for you guys to, actually look at that. This is the MongoDB and the Postgre. This is the PostgreSQL MongoDB. I have to change orders. I'm so sorry about that. But for this video, it's going to be like this. As you can see, it's different. So I mean, it's the same thing. I'm going to use the update many, and actually here because it's SQL, I'm going to use where I want to change it, and people that are used to SQL like scripts is going to understand this very quickly. So it's going to be greater than this data and you know lower than this data. So I'm going to let me read it out to you guys what I'm doing right now. Oh, I didn't write, but I'm going to write. Let me explain. I'm going to get every order that is greater than 100 cache and is between these two datas. And I'm going to upload the actually two things I want to upload. The address for the customer inside that order, and I want to upload the status of the order because I'm searching for pending status. As you can see over here, let me check it out for you. Pending. Oh, Jesus Christ. What have I done? Okay, pending. I'm going to change that status to update it just for us to check it out. And after that, I'm going to change the customer address also. So that's it. That's the whole function that we are testing. It's very complex because I want to do as complex as I could just to upload some information and you get like almost the same results. Like I mean, it takes more time here, but I mean, it's very similar. So you don't have much of the difference over here. And for the last page, the delete function, it's way faster for NoSQL. And why is that? Because we are going inside one collection and deleting over there. Actually, I'm deleting in two collections, order item and order. But it's way faster to remove older orders because we are not going to use like the complexity or the relation table for that. Where I'm going just to filter and to find actually here, as you can see, find and find many, and it's going to be lower than this date, so it's before 2022, 2022, and I'm going to remove that every order item and every order of that. So it's very simple and gets the job done. It's way faster for NoSQL because I'm not doing like complex across multiple tables. I'm just going to each collection and deleting them. So it's faster like this. So there we go. Actually, I have like the last page. Which one should I use, SQL or NoSQL? Just scoreboard. Does your application perform more read or write operations, more reads? Another question, and you can keep it going. After that, you can see the results over here. So I should use NoSQL model. But again, for you to use SQL or NoSQL, what should I use? Actually, you should use which one you feel more comfortable using. I know that's the wrong, that the answer you didn't want to hear, but that's the end. If I'm more comfortable using SQL, use SQL because bottom line, if you take like 3 days to do a function in NoSQL and 1 day to do a function, the same function for SQL, why don't you use SQL for everything? I mean, you're used to SQL. I know we have like difference. Imagine if you create a database, look at this difference in, you know, let me, this one is, you can see more of the difference. And it's not that different. The structure is very different. So you have to have a developer that are used to SQL or NoSQL and ask him which one should you use, which one should we use for our projects. Oh, that depends on the project. Yeah, but also depends on your level of skills. If you're not very skilled in SQL or NoSQL, I mean, you should use that you feel more, comfortable using. Because bottom line, in your projects, it's going to take longer if you're a bad dev than a good dev. So what matter the most is if you are a good developer. That's it. That's it. So there we go. This is the second part. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to do some improvements here. In the next video, I'm going to show you the code. I'm going to write the code with you guys. I'm going to like do the project by like by start. So thank you for watching. Comment on the comment section and hit the like button, share with your friends. And as always, I'm practicing my English. It's very hard to explain in Portuguese. It's way harder to explain in English. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video.